Alrighty, welcome back. We're getting at her again. It's Fun Day Sunday, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to cut the bottom of the door off. This is the patient today. It's not going to hurt. I'm just going to go easy, and I'm going to take my time and try to do something that will benefit what we're doing. You can see how this skin is welded on the outside. That was the skin that comes down here. This is the piece that we boxed in yesterday. And as I'm looking at this piece that I put in yesterday, you know, that's the time my brain starts thinking about other things. It starts thinking about the floor and starts thinking about other things. These are the hinges for the hood. That's what I'm going to use for the hood. Just setting them there, get them out of the way. You generally do not want to scratch them or anything, but anyways, that's for the hood. And as I put this piece in here, I'm starting to look at it and say, wow, that would be a nice place for the floor. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you come up in here, you're going to want to step on that. You are definitely going to want to step on that. As I go underneath here, I have the door there right underneath of it because I cut it off. I'm going to run a piece of, this is what I'm thinking, I'm not for sure. I'm going to run a piece of square tubing all the way back, and I'm going to weld it to the side of that door, the bottom door that is, weld it on there, underneath this, right directly underneath this. And then I'll be able to weld my cross members from this side to that side and put them directly underneath this piece of metal. So when you step on that, you're not going anywhere. So that's the floor. And then with that there, I can continue on making the floor pans and put designs in them, do whatever I want to do to make the floor look nice. I think that will give you enough room to obviously sit down on a bench seat or a bucket seat or whatever. I think this cab could have 2 seats put sideways like a little Ranger, like extended cab Ranger. You could have 2 seats sideways and a seat 2 seats in the front. I think it could be a 4-seater. If it's not a 4-seater, it could be a big person's 2-seater, obviously. But I'm thinking that that's the floor. Underneath this part is where I'm going to make the floor. So square tubing is going to go right under here, but in the middle here somewhere. Square tubing run all the way along that. We got that level. And then we'll run across there and we'll put our cross members in for our floor. We'll lay sheet metal in that way. Also, when I get looking at this, you get looking at the firewall. It makes me think, as you know, I think a cab over is probably hard to get at the engine. It'd be nice to have a little click that you could click that down and get right into the engine perfectly. I'm thinking I might do that. I'm not sure. It's an idea. It's an idea that can happen because the dash can stay in place. I just have a door that comes down and lets you get at everything. You never know. I might even put the dash on the top and leave the firewall with no. Who knows? I don't know. It's all on the fly. But this is the patient today, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the bottom of the door off. Before I do that, we got some stuff brought home, and I'm happy with it. I have some 305s over there. I have a 350 over there. I have a 265 over there on the other side. And what happens on them engines, this is how I do it. I like those cheap engines. You know, if the compression's up and they're okay and they're not a smoking machine, like if everything's okay, generally you can buy a 305 pretty cheap. I like to buy these things right here. I like to buy these. And anybody that's customizing or changing engines and anything, this is the way I like to go, because that gives you your mount. This is your cross member, and then you buy the mounts. Send you the mounts. You cannot make or fabricate what I have here for cheaper. You cannot do it. The time to make an engine will sit in a frame, to getting the mounts to work that you want, you cannot justify anything other than this, because this is the way to go. It's the cheapest way, the route to go. You can get them for small block Ford, you can get them for small block Chev, big block Ford, big block Chev. I'm not sure if you can get them for Dodge or not, but there's your mount. And that would directly fit on there like that. That bolts to your 350, so we will go this way. That bolts to your 350 or 305. What happens is I put the engine in, put the cross member to it. I jack the cherry picker up with the cross member right on it. I pick it up and I put it into the chassis wherever I like it. I chop off what excess I don't need to fit it in the chassis. Weld it in, you're done. Put your engine exactly where you want it, your cross member in, you got your motor mounts. It's too easy to do it that way. So that's what I would have done before we started welding this on. We didn't get them in time. But if the front end come off, I would have bolted this up to the 305, 350, transmission and all, and I would have slid it right in that chassis, and wherever I liked it, I would have welded it. And that's basically how simple it is to put an engine in something. Don't matter if it's a 351, don't matter if it's a big block Dodge, Chev, whatever. Them mounts are the way to go. You cannot compete with how that mount system's set up. We've got a couple of them because that's how I do it, and that makes it easy. What else did we got some shocks for Jolene's car. We're going to put the shocks on it. We got some shocks for her car. We also, that means we're going forward on her car now. And what else did we get? What else did I buy? Or what else did Jolene buy? Alrighty. We got some shock mounts. These are, I'm not sure what they are, $50-some or something like that. I could not make something like that and look as nice as that does for the price. I'm thinking that's a table. They had a table there. Jolene has a bunch of holes in her lower control arm, and I'm figuring we might want, we'll put that in any way we want to for a shock. And that's got some holes in it, so I enjoy it. We might come up that way and put the shock in through there. We might have to cut this off. But it just looks nice with the holes in it, and I was not going to make it as cheap as I could buy it. So I bought it. And that's what I think anybody should do. Yes, I can make that. I can cut that out for sure I can. Yes, I can. Draw a piece of paper, make a design, cut it out with the plasma cutter, and have it done. I'll just put that away so I don't have to walk on it. So that's what we acquired. We've cut a couple motor mounts, a couple shock mounts, and some stuff for Jolene's car. Whoop, whoop, for the chassis. For the chassis. Jolene's got a nice chassis if you couldn't tell. You like that, Jolene? You got a nice chassis? Good. All right, we'll cut this door off, put some glasses on. Let's get this door going. Oh yeah, I want to do something else before we start it. Geez, I think I got a lot of time, don't I? All righty, I'm gonna do this. I'll get my knee pads on. Slow down here for a sec. Slow down, Chatty. Get my knee pads on. What's that? Okay. I'm gonna get my knee pads on. This is Fun Day Sunday. This is the day to sit back and relax and look at all the good things you have done. And if you're not done yet, just keep going. Just keep going. That's what we do. On this door, this is a bit funny down here because it's stuck out here. It's a little bit wider. Yeah, the bottom of the door, I know right now is not going to be that wide. I'm just making the skin, so the door is going to come down, and the skin is going to come out here. And so this is going to be pretty well, this is going to be empty. It's going to be empty. It's going to be part of the floor. I do not need that. I'll be able to run something around there for any water or any whatever. We've got places where you sealed before, so that's why it's sealed off again. So down here, we just have to make a little trough across here. That would stop anything. The door is just going to come out to this edge. All we want is that line. What I'm thinking is I'm going to have a problem hinging it, though, because this is stuck out. And when it wants to hinge, I'm thinking it's going to jam in on that. So what I have been doing is doing a little bit of investigating. Well, that guy told me the swing-out hinge. And the swing-out hinge was fabricated to make more room for a door in a hospital, I'm thinking. They want the door to swing all the way, so usually when you open your door and you have a hinge on it, you can open it so far you still show the door. The swing away hinge gives you more room. It locates the door in a different place because you've changed the pinion of the hinge. And I just want to make one real quick. I just want to make one real quick for me and you. That's what I'm doing it for, me and you. I'm going to turn this on. Awesome. So this is what I've got. I'm going to cut a couple pieces off this. We're going to weld it to that hinge and make a swing-out hinge. Swing-away hinge, sorry. Got ahead of myself with the welder, didn't I? Sometimes you do that and sometimes you don't. Take these gloves off for a second. So, if I was going to hinge, this is the hinge for the door. That's basically what's going on. And the hinge would swing out like that, and that's where your door swings out. That connects to your door and swings your door out. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to make a swing out hinge. And basically what happens is I'm going to cut one edge off a little more than the other so I can get it to work. Just be a second. Just wait a second for that. I have to cut the hinge here for a second. And what goes on, if, I'm going to hinge that door. I can make my own hinge if I want to. This is just the hinge I grabbed out of the toolbox that I had. I just cut one back because this one is going to go on here and then the other one will weld on this piece. So let's do it real quickly. Try to. So if I'm going to make a hinge for the truck, this is how I'm going to do it. Gas isn't on. I'm going to have to grind that little weld off that I got there. But I'll get it here in a second. Watch your eyes. It's funny the little things that change on something, like a hinge. You change the pivot point, what thing it will do, It's just funny how it changes everything. And if I cannot, if there's some way that I cannot get this to work, I will have to go to a different plan. You know what I mean? I'll have to do something different. Okay? Basically, I'll have to do something different. Alrighty. My very first swing away hinge. It's my very first. I'm a virgin. But I think not sure if I got it good or not. Here we go. Look at that now, would you? There's my hinge. This piece in here is a little bit shorter because I had to allow for this piece. That's why I cut it off. Now, as we put that on there, that hinge is going to be relocated. It was going to have to be. Oh, it's hot right this present second. I want to take my gloves off. But as I locate that there, watch where the door goes. Watch how far out the door goes. That's where the door is, way out there, way off the truck. I might even have to come further. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know yet. I might even have to come further out than that. It might have to go. Actually, to be honest with you, you can see how the further out I make this part, the farther out I'm going to swing the door, obviously, because that's my. So that goes like that. That would go in there like that, and that would bring my door out here. Instead of having my door out in here, that's where the door would be before. Now it's out here. And that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. Build a swing out hinge to see if it works or not. First, I'll connect it to the door and see if it works, and then I'll go. If it does not, I might have to put a hinge. I might have to make it gull wing. I'm not sure. I just feel like the gull wing door would be hard to pull down once you got inside. That's what I feel. We did the Pinto. We put on electric actuators, and that worked well. But anyways, there's a swing out hinge. I'm going to have to go like this. Bump, 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 bump. Boom, going like that. That would be connected to the A pillar, and the other side would be connected to this side. Anyways, that's basically what's going on. I had to make one for myself to see, and that's what it does. I've changed the pivot point from being here to out here. I think the further I go out this way, the further out I get the door. So we'll have to make it appropriately to make it work. And then when I put that on there, then there's another sore eye, really, to me, the hinge part. But we'll see what happens. I'm only going through my brain as I'm doing it. So as I do it, I show you. Now, on this door here, you can see the patient. It's laying very still and quiet. Very happy about that. The window I've measured. I've got enough room for the window. We've got a window there. We're, 12 inches. We've got 15 that way, so we're fine. But when I look inside, I can see there's a channel that runs down inside the window and connects on the outside of the door here. There's a channel that runs down in here that connects to the outside the door there. It's just what keeps the channel inside straight, so when you have your window goes down, it goes down. You can see, I'll get a little light. You can see what I'm doing. I better get to work and get this thing done, hadn't I? Alrighty. You can see in there, see this channel, I put the light there, just so everybody knows. Probably not everybody knows, but there's a channel right there. See that little channel? That's where the window comes down in. They put a felt in there so it does not scratch your window. There's the other channel right there. Right? Connected to the door. There's the window winder in there. We're going to try to keep that there. See what happens. If we end up cutting the window channel off a little bit, we'll have to reconnect it. That's basically the end of it. And we've got 15 inches. It does not matter where it's connected, as long as it's connected and it goes down right. Basically about it. I know, shop's getting clean, isn't it? Shop's getting clean. Alrighty, let's cut some of this stuff off. I'm going to move this aside. And I'm going to start up the plasma cutter first and just try to maybe junk some stuff up and get it out of the way. Okay. I'll have lots of welding for Aiden when he gets back. I'll have lots of welding for Aiden when he gets back. Air's on. And that's a good thing, because the more practice you get at that, just the better you get at it, right? And that's probably some of the main things you have to practice at is the welding. Making the pieces is another thing too. I find if you just do not overthink something. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I would never try to make this on the floor and whatever. Just tack it to the car and trace it off and just try to make it as easy as possible. It just needed to roll there. Didn't need anything special. Try to make it as easy as possible. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody, I guess. That should be everything in life. Try to make it as easy as possible. Do not complicate anything. That's why the truth is so important. It's the easiest form of communication. Once somebody knows exactly what they need to know, the communication is not varied. Once the lying and the fibbing comes on, the communication is poor. Right? Yeah, let's cut this off. We'll just keep going little by little. There's tar and stuff inside. I don't know if it's even cutting that, is it? All right, it's going to be maybe a little rougher than I thought. Let's start from the other side, maybe. Not getting a good angle on that. There's lots of tar inside there. And I'm thinking they used tar, or I'll come this way so you can video it better. I basically want to go easy on that door skin that I've welded on the outside. I want to go easy on that because I do not want to bend anything, and I don't want to bend anything. Where that's welded there like that, look at the tar on that. That's why that was hard to cut. All right, we'll cut the back side off first. That's what we're going to do. We're going to cut the back side first. I'm going to do it with the plasma cutter, I guess. We'll try it again. All right, just pull her a little bit this way. Patient's doing well. I might as well get my zip cut grinder out. I'm going to go just above. I can reconnect those. I want to reconnect those, to be honest. There's one there and there's one there. That's why I'm cutting it shy there. I'm going to, yeah. Just going to cut it off here for now. Not interested in listening to noise, that's why I'm using this. But I'm going to have to get the noise out, I guess. And the noise is the grinder. Desk. Look at that, would you? I got a desk right there. So we're just going to cut that off. We're going to make a skin for it. Not a problem, I don't think. I think it's going to be not a bad job. Earplug. I'm gonna put these on for me. I've noticed one thing. Me having these on has nothing to do with what you can hear. I realized that just the other day. Got to get something out of the way, I see. Nope, turn that off. Sometimes when come on now. Come on off, man. Wow. Hard cut. The old technical. Haha. Alrighty. Now we're getting down to the gritty. Keep cutting away little by little, and we'll get what we want. We will. I'm going to cut this off here. It's still a little shy. I'm going to cut it off though, and I want to get this. I want to trim this piece off and show you how I do that. That's the bottom of a door. We don't need that. Now we're going to trim this off. I know where to trim it off because where I welded it. That's what I like to do. See, now I got that piece off. Now it's nice and tight in there. I got a nice straight line. Now I can come in there and put a nice little, if I wanted to, I could put a nice bead of seam sealer on that. Doesn't look like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Just try to keep an eye on it that you don't go too far. That's all. That's all. Now just break that off. And that's what I have. And I have a nice smooth panel there that's very tight on the whole thing. I'll do the exact same thing to every place that I welded on the truck. I'll do the exact same thing, but I'll just what can I say? Do the exact same thing. What I have to decide is whether that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to straighten this off. I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to straighten this all off here. Straighten it off a bit, and then I'm going to make a piece to come up here, down, and around here to fit this. I'm going to scrape all that off. Just going to straighten it out a bit, I think, and go with it. Just trying to round the corners off so it looks good. You're not going to see it, but I'll know it. Alrighty. Watch your eyeballs for a minute. Get one? Good. I get, my darling, you should put your glasses on. Huh? Okay, good. She's staying behind the camera, boys. Now, I can cut that off there, make that tight. I don't think there's any reason for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a piece for it, and then I'll fill that in, and that'll be a gusset for that door skin. You know what I'm saying? I have to bring that down, bring it down here, and then roll it around. That little corner there will be my gusset for the skin. And the skin is not going to, as I get going, you're going to have a door in here, but my skin's just going to come out and lay here. I can put anything here to stop water or air. Anything at all. So let's do a little measurement. Measurement. And this is all on the fly, obviously. This is all on the fly because I've never done it before. You? We never done it before. Have you, baby? I've never put a car on top of a car, and well, I've cut doors and things. But check my mic. She's going to check me, boys. Am I all good? I got door gaps that I have to think about. I don't know what I'm doing there yet. Don't know what I'm doing there yet. Just want to get that tire off because I'm going to end up welding there and I want that tire off. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not really. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Well, it's helped it save it, you know, it's helped. That's not going to take it off. Yeah. I'll just hold up for a second. Let's make the skin. And then I can grind it off. Alrighty, let's make the skin. Thanks for the Bristol board guy. Thanks for the Bristol board guy. All right. We'll get some tape. What's that, sweetheart? Okay, I get it. Just pulling that out there just to see what's going on. And I'll just lay it on there where I think. That's all I'm doing. It's the first thing I go for. It's a piece of Bristol board now. It's the first thing I go for. Just cause, like, it helps you make the pattern. This piece was just sitting there. It's not long enough or where I want it to be perfectly, but it'll work. Just hold that on there if I can. Hold that on there. Got a marker. Just guessing. Going to make it a little long though. I don't have to guess around the corner because it's right there to trace. Actually, I didn't trace at all. We'll go there. I'm going to use that side, I guess, because I can see what's going on. I'm going to trace this side. Jolene will show you. All I'm doing is going like this, holding it on there, and going around. Trace her up there. Then I'm bringing it up straight on this end. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. That's almost. Look, see the top of the door? Almost. If I get that, right, then I can go right down to there and fill that in. So what I'm thinking is, got to add a little piece there. I'm going to, excuse me, sweetheart. Do. I'll cut a couple pieces off this, and I should actually, faster you make the pattern, faster you get it done. Does not matter what the pattern looks like. I want to go up about here. Should probably measure that and cut that. I probably should. Trying to get a little fast, I was. A little too fast, probably. I'm going to measure up to this line right here. So I need at least 4 inches. I want to get on this edge right here. It looks pretty good, all the way across. Four inches. Black with a black marker is probably not the ideal. But for the brand new eyes I have, not a problem. Ha! Lay that down. Cut off that. Pair of scissors. I got all that stuff from Speedway Motors, obviously, there's on the name of it. But it sure does help when you're building something and you're able to get something like that someone has already manufactured and made and can sell it to you cheaper than you can buy it. It's a good thing. We're gonna go up there like that. That now, would you? Does that work? Oh, keep that down if we can. I need another 4-inch piece. Not very much though. Backward. We're going to make a pattern of this best we can. Alrighty. I'm going to get some wide tape and get that hold that together. Hold that together if I can. I'm hoping the tape will hold it together. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and piece help me hold it. That piece needed a little bit of help. I certainly did. And if we got it a little bit long, obviously we can cut it off the bottom. Too long to take. Sort of want to. It'll fold for me, I'm hoping. Trying to get that to hold. Alright, let's peel the sucker off. Alright, just want to tie this together better, a little better. Now this piece that we made, or are making, can be a little bit longer, and the reason being is, because I can cut it off at the bottom. Doesn't matter. Alrighty. I throw it down here, put a little more tape on it, just so it don't fall apart. Ends off. I'll just stay outside the line, and then when I make the pattern I'll stay outside of that line, or when I mark it on there I'll stay outside that line, and that way there we have a little bit to trim off this edge. Should have went the other way from the scissors, but it didn't. And so we need that shape there. We'll put a little roll in this, and then we'll fill the ends. This will be the piece that I have to put it in the brake and put a bend on it. Okay. Let's transfer this to a piece of metal. Turn that off. I had it. Too long, I think. Yeah. Alrighty, I guess I gotta get out this humongous piece of metal. Lay it on the floor. I'll do it that way. Maybe. I'll lay it on the floor and then I'll get it back up again. 18 gauge, that's what I use. It's 18 gauge. You can use whatever you like. Does not matter. You know, whatever you like. It's your project. I'm just showing you what I'm doing on my project. You know, you use whatever you like. I'm going to have to get a little bit of thinner on a rag to wipe that off. Just wipe the metal off so the marker will work, that's all. Yeah, and the bottom of the door, we're making the door, so it does not matter how the bottom of the door is. It does not matter. We can make it any way we want. And that's basically what I'm going to do. And that's what we call freedom. It's freedom. Make it any way you want to. Why not? It's freedom. Take it and like it. And if you don't, recognize it. It's too bad. That's too bad. So sad. So sad. Down there like that. Down there like that. This is my piece of metal right there I put on the line. So that's probably my bend there. I had to add that. We'll just take a little measurement with this side. Well, I'll measure this side up, measure that side up, see if it's the same. Anytime I'm in discrepancy. Okay, basically, I should have it. Let's see if these two lines here are the same. That's basically what I want to know. Actually, I'll cut it off and then find out. How's that? Let's cut it with a plasma cutter just because it's faster. Ouch. Hopefully that'll stay there for me. I'll cut this off and we'll get her going here. Bum, 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 bum. Making the door skin for the bottom of the door. I'm thinking that the hinge, we have an idea for the hinge, not knowing for sure if it's going to work or not, but it's promising. It's promising. And a person does not have to, you know, I don't have to go out and purposely go try to get a swing away hinge. I can make it. I'm just going to check my own thing. I'm good. Is that good? I think it's good. Check it. We're good. Hard in your ear, didn't I? Alrighty, we'll cut this off. Not going to hurt anything. Movable though. Alrighty. You know what we got to do after that? Get the slag off it. Didn't cut that corner. That's why it looks funny. That's why that looks funny. Instead of me grinding it off, I just like try to knock it off with a hammer first. That panel's still warm. Buffer wheel go around it. All the stuff that's left over, if it's jagged, if it's crooked or whatever, like the metal, how I've got it cut, what I'll do is I'm going to leave it there until I get the panel on, and then I'll smooth it off. Alrighty. I want to measure that distance. Good stuff, man. Everybody should have cardboard. Good stuff. 4-inch. 4-inch. He's a bad operator. But he walked up to us last night. He said, "Hey, man." He said, "Cool car." He said, "I have a 57 Ford with the metal roof that comes in." I said, "Oh, you're talking about a retractable." He goes, "Oh, man, you're bad." I said, "Yeah, I'm bad, Chad." He just laughed. It was quite funny. It was quite funny. "Are you bad, Chad?" "Oh, yeah." It was funny. Alrighty. I'm going to bend that. Just wondering what corner makes a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. I measure it one more time because I'm going to bend it. And once I bend it, that's the time. You do not want to mess it up when you bend it because it's so hard to get a bend out once you put the crease in it. I don't want to bang it with a hammer. As you can tell, I don't do body work with a hammer. I do it with my brain and try not to hit it with a hammer. That's what I try to do. Try not to hit it with a hammer. And you start hitting with a hammer, that's when, I don't know, it starts looking bad. You're defeating the purpose a little bit. I find if you start hitting with a hammer. I mean, let's face it, you have to use a hammer to build a car, for sure, but to beat your panels all up that you're making, unless you're wheeling them out, you're fine, but to hit something and then weld it in, you're kind of destroying. Nova Scotia Strong. A young fan and his mother come in and give me that. I appreciate it. No, I got to turn that around if I'm doing that because I'm not sure. What I'm not sure of The corners that I have made, they should be exactly the same. That should be fine. I just don't want to flip the panel over. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do the line. Just take the line and move it over to the other side. That's what I'm going to do. Last night I thought I'd fix the hood on the old Jaguar out front, figured it out, slipped, and I bit the hood. Damn near knocked my 2 front teeth out. It was a good day. Hey! Alright, let's put that on the line. I don't know. Good stuff right there, good stuff. Just a little bit. Try a little bit first. Hope I didn't get too much. Hope I didn't get too much. Ooh, I like it. Not yet. It's not right. To me, it looks like the doors had a bit of damage right here, a little bit. It's a little bit high in the center. I guess that's fine. But basically what has to happen is I'm going to go to the center of this. I have to cut some off to fit the bottom of that. I'm sure I'm going to have to. Is what I mean by cut some off is because that there, I've cut that. I've cut this out. That's the perfect match to that. When I've added a piece of 18 to that, that made it a little thicker, maybe the cut line. And then if I add it all the way down this, then it's a little bit more, then it does not fit. So I'm going to have to take my time with that. I'm going to move this up on the door a little bit. And the reason being is because I need a door gap. So I could tag that right on there like that. I'm going to roll this door, I think, a little bit. Just a little bit. Alrighty. That's there. So my bend has to come down some more. You can see that? My bend has to come down more. I'll bend it some more. Just bend it, not all the way, just part of the way. I'm going to bend it a little bit more, but that much. There we go. Now we really have to remember this bottom that I'm putting in here does not affect anything here. And the reason being is the bottom of the door is where I cut it free. There was nothing here. So how I have that bottom of that door shape does not affect anything. All I'm trying to do is close it in and make it look right. Let me make it look like it's a real door. So when the door closes, this will be my lip all the way around. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pluck this on. There should be a straight line there. I want to pluck that on it. I got to get this off. I'm going to pluck that on. I do not want to push out on the door at all. I don't want to push out on this at all because this is my door skin that fits that. If I start pushing on that thing, then I'm going to have a wrong read. I'm going to have a wrong read. I have to get the tire off the bottom. I'm going to get the tire off the bottom. Get a different kind of grinder. Not a grinder, but a different wheel. Try a couple of these suckers, little roll-offs that I can put on the air line and an air grinder. Good. You want to give me a little more length there, sweetheart, if you can, please and thank you. Man, she can do everything, boys. She can help me out, do the camera work. She can do it all. She's my queen. Jolene's my queen, man. Cleans off good. Love it. Just what we had to have. It's okay. Awesome. Let's clean this off. Get out here. Like what further, I think? Maybe I went up. Put that underneath my feet so I can step on it. Don't like putting pressure down on the door skin. I don't. What I'm going to do is I got to weld this on here sometime, and I'm going to, and tack it on there so I feel like it's. That's not it. That's not it. And the reason I'm saying that goes. I think maybe I might have bent the. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm going to scuff down the sides here a little bit, flap or wheel this off a little bit so it's straight. I got a little bit jaggy. You can see where I cut it with the plasma cutter. I'm just going to straighten that out a little bit, and we're going to nail her down. Round the corners off. Now, if I get the bottom out of shape, I still should get it back. You ought to get it back in shape if I'm leaving this unhooked or hooking in a couple places because I do not want to get the bottom out of shape. Like that's basically what I have to make fit. So I do not want to get the bottom out of shape, but I still want to cap the door and make it look good. Yes, I do. Okay. Piece of piss. Just try and see if it's long enough. Center of the door seems to be bent up. I don't want to put pressure on the other side of the door, but that does seem to be bent up. Turn the welder on. Not cleaned up there yet. And I could have got the pattern flipped around by looks things. I might have, but I don't think it's going to affect me any. Alrighty, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tack that on there. Because I'm long there and I'm shy over there. That's what I'm thinking. I think I bent that the wrong way. That's what I'm thinking. And then that means that would be bent the wrong way if I turned it the other way, wouldn't it? Doesn't matter. I'm going to do it the other way. It doesn't seem like it wants to fit that way. I did exactly what I did not want to do. Just for me and you. Show you how I'll straighten it. That one up. Come on back down there, girl. So we'll straighten it, I guess. Did not want to do that, but I did. Learning curve, learning curve. I think I changed the flopped the pattern around. I got it wrong. It's all right. Do it again. No biggie. It'll just look extra special, that's all. Man, who made your door skin? That's cool. There we go. Probably went too far. It's got a nice roll on it now, though. Get this thing out of here. Beautiful. We just reversed it. Ha. Oh, shit. And we had it the right way. We did. Didn't fit right. I think I have. I better check that again. I better check that again. Because if I can put it on. Yeah, we're too shy. Had it the wrong way. That's too bad. Did that a couple times this week so far. Bent the panels wrong. Happens. Happens. I don't want to hit it with a hammer. I don't want to hit it with a hammer. I'll just keep bending it. Don't want to hit it with a hammer. Just look at it this way. I'm making it stronger. Making it stronger. Ah, there we go. Making it stronger. Probably not. Got a funny looking bend in it now. Not liking my bend in it. Not bad. Probably gives it a better detail. Did not want to hit that whatsoever. Made a mistake, boys. I did. Made a mistake. Don't like what I did there. See how I creased that? Don't like that. But it's the inside of the door, and I don't think it's going to matter. Actually, to give it a little bit of strength. Maybe I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of... I don't know why I thought that was off, but I did. Second guessing myself, see? Shouldn't have second guessed myself. I'm just going to leave it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it on this lip on the outside door. I don't want to go in further because I might bruise it, just like I've done already. Keep it out there some. Just want it to hold it. That's all I want to do. Get in here. Bend the door. Beautiful. I'm going to tack it. Took me some time. I don't like the bend on the mess up on that door I did. You know that? I don't like that right there. I do not like that. I can pound it out now. Make up my mind. I really do. I have to make up my mind. I don't think there's any need of it. You're not going to see the underneath of the door. No need of it. It's underneath the door. But it makes me think about me messing up. It does. Makes me think about that. I messed up. Bending that a couple times. Not doing what I wanted to do. So I just do it by hand. Make sure I'm not pressing down too hard. Don't want to overpress. When I've got the door here, I want to hold up on the door. I don't want to dent the door skin the other side. Just going to tack it. No, going to the other side first. I probably tacked it too many times because now I can't move it. That's what I did. As soon as I should have just tacked it once and went to the other end. As soon as I tacked it there, then I can't move it. I can move it now. I can move it now. I'm going to tack this side. Hold it down where it fits nice. Because now I know we got it where we want it. Tight on this side. Ba, 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 ba. It's funny how much weight the ground cord feels like when you're trying to pick it up while you're welding. I'm going to grind that back a little bit with the feather wheel. Remember, if it does not fit, you got to, your metal, you got to grind it back. Leave it alone on the side for now. That's good. Alrighty. And I'm going to tack it in the middle here. I may as well tack it up in here a little bit before I take off. I'm going to turn it over. Got it on the weld on this side, so I know I'm doing good. It's not pushing in or anything too far. See, this is what happens when you first do something like this. You know what I mean? There's mistakes to be made, and then you have to pick yourself up and fix it. Get on with it. That's what you have to do, really. And that's basically what I'm doing when I bent the metal twice. I had to pick myself back up and go for it again. I really did. Because I want to get it done, you know? I want to get it done. Alrighty. Beautiful. Not pushing down too hard. Just enough to make sure it's tight. Now, let's flop her over. Now we have, that was a panel for the underneath. I probably would have, or for the side of the car, I probably would have done a little different. That's nice though. Keeps it in shape though. Keeps strength though. More bends in it, keeps more strength. I'm going to flop it over. See what we got. Basically, I want the door shape to stay in place. I really do. Feels like it's in place. So I'm going to trim that off. This is what I'm going to do. I really feel like I have to trim quite a bit of this off just because I need the gap over there. I've got that metal laid in there, so I've made metal. So we're just going to take it back, try to take it back a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller. And that's going to try to give me some door gap. On the bottom. Because we know that fit exactly tight. Thank you, sweetheart. Turn off the welder. I'm just sketching that along there. I'm taking off an eighth or better, 3/16. I'm going to tack that, and I'm going to cut them both at the both. Well, I'll tack that, and I'll cut both of these ones at the same time. Is what I'm hoping. I will. That's all right, sweetheart. Ah! Damn it. Listen. So basically that's what's going to happen. Turn the welder off now. I'm going to zip cut that off. I'm going to change my helmet because I need that thing holding my head down. Alrighty. Not going to do the side yet. I'm just going to do this corner. What the hey? What I'm going to do there is if the gap's wrong, then I just put more weld there. Just going to tack it. So don't take off. That's all I'm going to do. Tack it. Basically it. Both grinders hooked to one cord is quite a feat sometimes, but that's what I use. Both those grinders full time, and that's how I do it. Both at one cord. tack that together. Just want to go little by little. Just want to tack together so it don't fall apart on me. I have my channel locks here somewhere, but they've disappeared. Got it. Just tacking it together so it'll stay together. Just tacking it where I'm cutting it so it don't fly all to. Tack this together. This is how I weld that bottom together with this. That right there. That's how I'll do that because it burns through very easy. 2 points going that way, 2 edges. That's fine. I got the cure for that. Yeah. I got a shit show underneath my feet, I know that. So what has to happen there is that making door gap. For that, I need door gap, obviously. I need door gap. Try and trace the bottom one to match. I got to match my face and mirrors. Match. They both belong to me. That's what it is. I know what you were thinking, but no. Let's put that down there. I'm gonna. Can't cut it that way. Come on back up, girl. Take the flapper wheel. Make this one like nice. Get it off. disc for this. Finish cutting that off. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Shit, I should have my gloves on, but yeah. Just trying to keep my face away from the blade coming that way. That's all I was doing. Piece of paper. I don't want a piece of, well, a piece of Bristol board will do. Do I have a piece of paper in there, do I? The paper? Just so I can see through, you know what I mean? All right, not gonna go for it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. What? Ah, beautiful. Get a piece of white paper. The only reason I want white paper is because it's a funny little patch I'm putting on the corner, and I want to be able to see what I'm doing. I want to be able to see what I'm doing when I make it. That's all. It'll make it easier on me. That's what it'll do. It'll make it easier on me. Jolene has cleaned up in her office, which is fantastic. I can get the paper right where to get it. It's good. Let's get over here. Just want to cap the door and sort of show where we're going. Right there, like that. I'm going to cut. That's going to have to go in there and have a different piece on it. This is the piece that comes out. And I'm hoping that we're sort of in place. Hoping that's the piece of metal I need. A pair of scissors I had. I put them back. Nope. Probably never do. All right, so you can see my pattern. It helps to have dirty hands. Dirty hands, clean money. Do this one. Like that. Let's transfer this over to a piece of metal. Now you know why I wanted a small piece of white paper. The Bristol board I wouldn't have been able to see very well. Can't make it on that. Just going to get a small piece of metal for this. Whoop, whoop. Getting her done, man. Getting her done. There's even a smaller piece. Like Kenny Rogers here today. Could have hit a pin drop. Look at this. We'll do another one for the other side. We want We'll do one for each side. I can't expect both sides to be the same. We found that out when I made the piece. When I bent the piece, I thought I had it backwards. The reason I thought I had it backwards because it wasn't fitting perfectly, or the way I thought it was going to fit. But I just had to do some readjusting. That's what made me second guess, is that it didn't fit exactly right. Just had to put a little bit more finesse into it, and we got her. What's that, sweetheart? 120? Well, I'll get both ends capped and we'll draw for hat or shirt. Thank you, sweetheart. And I thank everybody for holding on and watching. I know it's taken me a little bit. Bending the piece a couple times probably didn't help much, but it was only a couple minutes, it wasn't very long, so we're all good. Just trying to make this on the fly. Trying to do it as fast as I can. Fast as I can. That's going to go around there, flop on there. Alrighty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get it in place, tack it like I always do, and then we'll buzz some off. Right, baby? You on my side? Jolene's on my side, boys. She's on my side. Good thing. Good thing, because I need her. I need her. Alrighty. Put that on the bottom. We'll make that sort of get off there. So we're going to try. I'm going to shove that on top of there, actually. I'm going to buzz that right there if it fits good. And buzz right there if it fits good, because it does fit good. And I'll tap that one into the hammer. Nope. Yeah, just tap that with a hammer, and then we'll start buzzing it off and make it fit. Good. Now we're going to make it up around here. I like it there because it's 45 sort of. There we go. Alrighty. Let's start trimming. Now, I would never take the flapper wheel and trim this way. I want to go in this way. So I want to keep the metal going towards the door. See how it's on the top? I haven't got that on there yet. So the biggest mistake, some of you grab that and rip your piece off, right? We want to go this way. Watch yourself, Jolene. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that on, and right there. And I'm going to leave that like that for now, because I'm going to have to try that door on, and you can sort of see. I'm going to make another piece for the other side, but you can see how this is my outside door skin, this is my inside door skin. Now I have to cut. You can see how I cut that off. Now I got to cap this piece in here, this little V here, out, then up. And then I have to, I'll make that, I'll cut that in like that and bring it out to fit that. So it's just another cap is what I got to make. You can see that little V, out, and then up. Basically it. Up, out, up. Caps it. Let's put a cap on the other end, just so I can look at it and say, yay! That's how I cap the bottom of the door. Do that. We do not know if this skin's out or too far or in too far. We do not know that yet. We do not know that. I'm going to have to try the door back on. And that's basically why I kept everything to a tacking, like everything's just tacked. That's why everything's tacked, because I do not know yet. And it'd be foolish for me to weld that all up there and make that look nice, and no, not going to do it. Been there before. It's all right to forgive once, but don't be the fool and make the same mistake. Huh? So that's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to be the fool and make the same mistake. Probably next time I'll mark that piece and know what side I'm supposed to have. Put an X on it probably. That's what I can do to do that. Make that do that. So we have another piece made. Let's go over and trace that one off, and we put that one off. And I can show you, I can almost set that door back up in there, and we'll see what happens. That's what we'll do. Stick with us, stick with us. We got a little more to go. We got a little more to go. Some people like a longer show. Here we go. Look at that now, would you? Nope, not going to do it. Just make a new one. The paper patterns are not so true sometimes. You can see how they don't read so true sometimes. And it's not because of the paper, it's because of the guy tracing it. The cardboard really lays down nicer than this. Basically what I'm trying to say. Got the idea though, haven't I? Got the idea. Sunday fun day. Making doors. Me and Jolene. I'd rather nothing more than me and Jolene. Nothing more. Nothing less though either. Thing sounds nice cutting, don't it? Sort of gives you that feeling that something's working. Until it stops. Until it stops. Too thin there. That, would you? I did. Sort of. Go back over to the hammer. Sorry, excuse me, sweetheart. 18 gauge. I use 18 gauge for everything, so that's the way it goes. That's the way I do it. Oh, made a boo-boo. Got to cut that off. Right back. It's going good, though. Going good. Alrighty. I'm going to the other side on this piece. Ouch. It bit me, boys. It bit me. That's how I clean up. Nope. There we go. Nope. How did I put that on there now? Come on. Doesn't look like that would fit like that, does it? But it does. Does it? Meshes it right up. Okay, what I'm going to do is, this one fits nice down here in the 45, so we're going to take that one. We'll take that one. Just going to Go around here, sweep a little bit. Now, I'll leave that like that. I'm going to trim it, I guess. Want to tack it on in a couple more places. The sander wheels are really nice to use to get it to shape. Really nice. Now, this is not, I must say it again, it's not over for this door skin, you know. There's a lot more work, but there's a lot more work to it than what we got going on here. Have to weld it all up, see if it fits. Or tack it on, put it on, off and on. There's going to be some no, that's good. And once we have this on here, that piece on there, and have cap that in, that's going to act as a gusset for the bottom of that door and make that really strong. I know it is. And then I'm going to tack knock the bottom off. And I want to go in. Trying to figure it out for myself. Just trying to feather back so it 45s, and you know what I mean by 45, is that it comes together right. That's what I'm looking for. So when I grind it off, I can grind all the weld off. If I don't do that, well then I'll have something built up that I can't get rid of. Basically, what that is, that's another cap job. Oh, another cap job. Alrighty, got the door bottom looking fairly decent. Yeah, it looks good. Once that welded in there, that makes another gusset. Want to try it on? Probably shouldn't have picked it up that way. A little hard on my neck. Anyways, see I'm hard up against here. Have to cut it back more. And I can see I'm going to have to cut it back more here. You can see on this side. On the inside piece. On the outside piece, we're getting our gap. But on the inside piece that I got coming down to meet this, has to be cut in a little bit, the inside piece. But that's basically where I'm going with the door. That's basically where I'm going. But what is happening, I'll show you what's happening as I take it off. It's getting to be really a door now. As I take that off, set that on this piece here, I have to turn this in. Make this smaller on this side, bring this piece in. That's basically what I have to do on this side, because I see that it's nice here, but it's going in this way. We're going in there a little bit. We're going in there a little bit. So this has to be angled off here and brought in a little bit on both ends. So what that's telling me that might have to be a new cap. I'm gonna have to bring that into there. Not the outside, just the inside. That's where it was hitting. That's just a matter of readjusting, and changing. So I'm used to that. Does not do anything to the outside. It just makes this inside a little narrower. Huh? Okay, we forgot the laptop, I guess. We want to thank everybody for watching and that sort of stuff. This stuff is all, what can I say, is on the fly. The only thing that I do not like, what I've done on the door, is the bend. That's the only thing I do not like right there. And what I'll end up doing is I'll make that into a door line, I guess. Door skins coming down there, that would be covered. It's the exact same thing as this here, you know. I should not worry about it, but I mean, I just made the panel. I did not want to do that. But the exact same thing here, it's all got to be covered, exact same as that. But yeah, that's basically what's got to happen. That's got to come in some more, and then we'll slide the door on, and then we'll go for a hinge probably. But have a good one, everybody. That's how I'm going to make the door skin for the door. That's basically how I'm going to do it. I'm going to set it. We'll leave it just like that. All right, everybody, have a fun day Sunday. That wasn't the funnest, but I had to get it done, and that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do.